Hi everyone, it's Doug again from Bjorn Territory, and in this video I'm going to show you how I paint my French Grenadiers and base them. It should be a nice quick video. I generally aim for 3 Foot Fabulous as my outcome, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you pick up a few techniques, and for me my aim is always to get them on the table and start playing with them. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's see what happens. Alright, so I tend to batch paint my miniatures in groups of 4 or 6, depending on the size of a base, larger group of base. And what I do, I start with, I tend to base coat my minis in like a light grey. I think this is Games Workshop's Grey Seer, which is a nice light grey to use. And then I've got to come in with Acadian Flesh Tone for the faces. And I'm going to do all my squad for that one colour, and then move on. My flesh tone, so I'll do all this, coming in with my flesh tone, so I'll do all the skin first. I use the handle, you could use a cork or something. It just allows you to get around the miniature different angles without worrying about getting all twisted up. Or with the Vallejo off-white, I'm just coming at all the strapping and front of the mini. I'm not going to be incredibly neat. I don't want to make more work for myself, but just focus around there. Then the strap of the musket. Okay. And then I carry on making sure the stripes go across, over shoulders, the leather straps on the bag, white on them as well. There's other bits, but I'm going to leave that for now. Right, the next colour I'm going to use is the Ultramarines blue contrast paints from Citadel. And I'm just going to use this as a base coat for all the blue parts of the French uniform. So the sleeves, I'm just going to slap it on so you know, the trousers. Right, next colour, a bad and black quite evenly. Do a couple of thin coats. Just make sure I'm getting all my areas. And then the armour pouch. And here's boots. Next colour I'm going to use is the contrast Calgar brown. I'm going to use that for his backpack, okay, and the scabbard of the sword. With the contrast paints, I tend to use it straight out of the bottle. I have watered them down occasionally and used some medium, but for what I'm doing today, it works quite nicely. Calgar brown, I've decided to also do their lovely moustaches very carefully. Next colour I'm going to use is the Vallejo flat brown. I'm going to use that for the musket and the water bottle, my Grenadier. Apparently the French, from what I've seen, didn't have a standard issue water bottle. Now, unlike the British, well, now that I painted quite a few Brits, they had like, it was blue. I'm not sure if that was according per regiment or whatever, but if you know any different, I'm not sure the Grenadiers had a particular style, but I'm going to paint mine a flat brown as well. It's just here, it's this piece just in the corner. Next colour I'm going to use is the Vallejo London Grey. I'm going to use that from the bedroll on the top of his backpack. Just to tidy up some of the strapping that's on top. And add in the grey. And a few more colours now for the base coats. And the next one is the Vallejo Scarlet Red. So again, Seems to be me. Even when I'm trying to be a bit tidy, I seem to still make the odd occasional mistake. Something out there, got to steady your hands and eye. Right, and then for his head. And for the cross bit, paint it red to begin with. And not to forget the collar as well. Next colour, Balthasar Gold from City. The Balthasar Gold, just going to put it on here. Right, my last base colour, Dirty Pot, but it's by Lead Belcher Citadel. Okay, I'm going to use this for the barrel and well, basically all the bits I haven't done. The bayonet, the barrel. And now that it's dry, I'm going to do 2 shades. First is the Reichland Flesh. I'm going to do that for the brass plate, his skin, hands, etc. Quite a heavy application over the face and the brass plate. Agrax Earth shade that I'm going to apply over pretty much the entire model now. And here we go, just slapping it on. From top to bottom, over everything. Now that the shades have dried, I start to add in some of my highlights or bits into my miniature just to brighten it. So I'm starting with some Kiselev Flesh for the skin. And with a slightly thinner brush. I'm just going to do small areas, edge of the nose, cheeks, chin line, ears. And then on the hands, I go across the knuckles. Then I come back in with the Vallejo White, just to tidy up and make the strapping and etc. pop again. And I'm not going all over it, just on the main facings. So I still get the shadows. And also have a look at the white cross that goes across the top of the hat. Bearskin. Now I'm going to come in with the dark vermilion from Vallejo. So a bit of a red, brighter red, just the edges of the red parts of the uniform. Now I'm going to come back in with some more flat brown for the musket. Then I'm going to come back in with the Abaddon Black, just to tidy up his bearskin, his hat, shoes, all those bits that I might have gone a bit astray. I'm now going to come in for a highlight of Retributor armour for the brass. I use this quite sparingly. First area. So this bit on his shako, and for the butt of the musket, sabre, handle of sabre, etc. Nearly done. Bit of oily steel from Vallejo, and that's going to be the highlights for the barrel and bayonet on the musket. Do it on the edges, light bright, lightly on the surface. My last colour for the miniature, I did a bit of a dry brush of Calgar Blue. I've got a small dry brush from Army Painter, quite like it. Take a little bit on the bristles, just on the tips of the bristles. Put a kitchen roll, take off excess. And make sure it's focused. Oh, there we go. And let's go lightly down on the uniform, keeping it in one direction. Just on where the blue areas are. Nearly forgot. I was going to do a dry brush of grey on the ammo pouch, side of the short sword, and a little bit on the fur. So I've changed up the way I base. I'm going to use Sterling Mud technical paint from Citadel, and what I'm going to do is just on this base with a miniature, get a bit of it on there to begin with. I found it's a lot easier to do it now before you stick it onto the larger. Alright, bit of plastic glue, and I've stuck my 4 miniatures down. I'll do it at the back. There is 3 other mates on a 40mm by 40mm base. That's quite cool. And then what I'm going to do, fill in the gaps now with the Sterling Mud. Slapping it on. Okay, next bit, using just an old paintbrush, bits of PVA into the base, where I would like my first bit of basing material to go. Scatter it around, and I'm going to use the Armour Painter brown ground. And what I'm going to do, open it up, get it in dipped. So, again, I've put some more PVA down, and now I'm using my larger bits of broken cork and little stones that are going to form on the base. Next bit, Woodland Scenic, and I use the burnt grass flock. And I've PVA'd my base, and I'm literally going to dip it in the bag. With my flock, I like to add in 2 different shades of green, and I've got a summer meadow green as well, which is, it's a bit longer. It's not as fine as the Woodland Scenic stuff. I think I got this stuff from Army Painter, and I'm just going to dab it, a little pile of it in my hand. I'm just going to dab it into some of the border spots. Last bit of flocky kind of textures. I've got my stick-on tufts, and I break them into bits, and I just pop them into key areas, a little bit of visual interest on the base. There you go. That's quite cool. Didn't take too long. Well, I hope you like this one. It's a nice quick video. Shows you just a quick 3-foot fabulous style painting for my French Grenadiers. Hope you picked something up. I hope you're enjoying what you're doing, your hobby. Share with me what you're up to. And yeah, please like and subscribe so I know what I'm doing is people are enjoying it and I'm helping people. All right, take care of yourselves. Speak soon.